Secretary will read a resolution.
Senate Resolution 215 by Senator Hufstetler of the 52nd, a resolution congratulating the Rome High School football team on winning the GHSA 5A state football championship and for other purposes. Whereas the Rome High School football team completed their season with a record of 13-2, including 12 straight wins to finish the season, and whereas Coach Reed was named Coach of the Year for Class 5A football, and whereas 9 players on of Rome High School High Wolves football team were named to the All-State football team. And whereas the Rome Wolves football team earned the school's first ever football state championship at the Georgia Dome on December 9th, 2016, defeating the Buford Wolves with a game score of 16-7, and was crowned GHSA 2016 5A state football champion. Now therefore be resolved by the Senate that the members of this body congratulate this great achievement and the spirit of dedication, unity, and community pride that the Rome Wolves football team displayed in earning the GHSA 2016 5A state football championship title. That concludes the order.
Is there objection to adoption of the resolution? The chair is none, and the resolution is adopted. We have the Buford Killers here today, and it is a great honor to have the wonderful Rome High School football team, and what a wonderful team they are, and how they exhibited a wonderful effort to become the state champions. And to recognize a special group, I call upon the distinguished senator from the 52nd.
Thank you, Mr. President. It's great to be up here. You know, I was up here a couple of 3 weeks ago with the 4A champions from Cartersville. These are the 5A champions. I just wanted to point out there's 7 classifications. I've got 2 of them. There's 56 Senate districts. You guys do the math. It just can't be a coincidence. I mean, I just don't think so. But anyway, this is a great group of kids. I've known a lot of my daughter is a senior there. I've known a lot of these guys for many years. There was one element missing, and that was a head coach that we stole from the senator from the 13th district. And after having wins of only 3 wins the previous season, he got well into the playoffs in his first year and was able to win the state championship in his second year. And it's tough competition. The coach that he beat, you know, from Buford in the state championship had won 7 state championships, and the Falcons just hired him. He's a great coach. We've got a great coach too, and many more to come. We've got, I believe it's 9 out of 11 starters on offense coming back. And you know, it's more than just football, and I'll let the coach introduce these guys, but every one of these guys has a story. And I just want to tell you one of those stories. Malik over here on the end, I've known since he was in the 7th grade. He was in gifted classes with my daughter. He had a grandmother that pushed him hard, both to excel in academics and athletics. So she passed away. He's got gangs after him. He's got a lot of stresses. He's on a team that wins 3 games. He's got a hurt ankle, a hurt knee. He's thinking about quitting football, and I'm worried about him graduating. And instead, he hung in there. A new coach came, and as a junior made him captain. And he was captain 2 years in a row. Now he's graduating from high school. He's going to college. He's playing college football. He's president of his class. He could have been a statistic, but he's not. He's a champion, and these guys will always forever be the champions that the first ones Rome ever had. I know a lot of stories on these guys. There's some great kids here, and I know some of them are trying to get up in the balcony. It's a crowded day today. But I do want to introduce their great coach, Coach John Reed, and let him talk to you for a few minutes.
Thank you, Senator. Does that balcony have a weight limit? Because there's some big boys up there. We want to first and foremost say thank you to the governor and Senator Hufstetler for putting this day together for us. We're really excited to be here. I want to introduce a couple guys that are on the stage with me, and there are our captains. But I also want to mention that, like Mr. Hufstetler said, it takes some great kids, and each one of these kids has a story, and we are so proud of them and so proud of our coaches for working so hard. There's a lot of love between the coaches and the kids to get to a state championship and beat such a great opponent as Buford, and this team represents that. Behind me on the stage, number 4, Jalen Griffin, outside linebacker senior. He's a captain. Step forward just a little bit so they can recognize you, Jalen. Next is Malik Davis, played linebacker. He's a captain, and number 9. And next is Big Zach Kadum, better known for the guy who was on the stage talking about Broad Street, but he's number 72, big old offensive tackle. And then Nemo Reddish, who's a great community leader and inspiration to our team. These are our captains. But also up there in the balcony are our assistant coaches, and I'm going to get with them and at least give them a little bit of credit today. And also I want to mention that it's such an honor to represent this state, one of the finest states in the country in high school football, as a champion. It's like Mr. Hufstetler said, it's a once-in-a-lifetime thing. We also represent all of Floyd County and the city of Rome, who showed up in record numbers to watch us and cheer us on. Over 10,000 people showed up at the Dome. We're so proud to be representative of them. Up on the balcony is the Broad Street Bully defense and the Lethal Weapon offense today. Great kids. Also up on the balcony with us today are our assistant coaches. I'd like to at least mention their names. Defensive coordinator Wayne Groves, offensive coordinator Chris Bowden, offensive line coach Barry Hall, linebacker coach John Lovingood, receiver coach Brent Bell, running back coach Jason Colts, assistant coach Nick Bridges, assistant coach Cody Amos, and assistant coach Dustin Powell. Great group of coaches, great group of kids. We really thank you for having us today. It's been an honor and a memory that we'll never forget. Thank you, Mr. Hufstetler, for having us here too. We'll hope that we can keep the success and maybe come back here again someday. Thank you very much.